the NFL on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC West foes. It's the reigning AFC champs and the Tigers under the lights on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we'll have the final 2 games of this kickoff weekend, and we begin with a great one here between the Sacramento Condors and the Chicago Tigers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
All right, I know it's something that every team says every season, but they genuinely believe that this is their year, and having him at quarterback is a big part of that. They think he's poised for a huge season and can really be the type of player that brings out the best of each weapon that they have on this offense. Behind that type of performance, their goals are high. They envision a lot of wins and finishing among the league's best on their side of the ball.
A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he coughed it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at the man under center. Now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A first down carry here for Charles. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique,
touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Condors are on the board here first in the season opener.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that drive spanned 5 plays. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Charles. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Sacramento with the football here as we get set to begin quarter 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Throwing now is Mahomes. Holmes has got it complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Mahomes Mahomes now to throw.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Finding McCaffrey on the slant.
Touchdown! From 13 yards out.
And the Tigers are an extra point away from drawing level.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards as they get to reset the sticks. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They go up the middle with Jamal Charles. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. Screen pass to Charles.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. Now it's Mahomes again. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up first and goal.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. This is caught. Touchdown! A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Condors have taken the lead in the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A 10-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was the visiting Raiders who were able to come away with a road victory. Zamir White, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Cam Newton, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, on the other side, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Mahomes now on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes, and this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. He is going to find Hill here. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Mahomes throw into the hands of Gonzalez here. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They go back to the ground now with Charles. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now here's Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And he's gonna miss this one. Line to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Down to about the 22 here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. Look at a nice little drive brewing right here.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Tigers are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the 3rd quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
McManus's point after is good. And we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
We've got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Finding room at midfield. Down the sideline he goes.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play that time on the catch and run. 65 yards.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and he's had a heck of a game so far, up over 100 yards receiving already. And it's not all been air yards as we saw right there. He's so good that when he gets space to maneuver, he can often turn it into a big play after the catch.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Mahomes.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Mahomes going to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Condors answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 at the 26-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 1-yard gain.
2nd and 9 now.
He completes this to Sutton. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side, complete to Sharp. Touchdown! A great effort there. 30 yards.
And the Tigers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2. But I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Taken in at the 3.
Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And able to work his way down to the 16. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by McManus is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard. A little under a minute to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Mahomes.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Mahomes to throw it. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds. For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Gonzalez. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now an inside handoff for Charles. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill.
He's going to have the first down and then some.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for Sacramento, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory.
And they will get another road test next week as they head to Vegas to take on the Raiders.
Meanwhile, for the home team here, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.